What's up, you guys? This is going to be a project apartment tour. What does the inside really look like? So I want to start this video off first off by letting you guys know that this is going to be, like I said, my giving you a tour of what it's like to live in the projects. I lived in an apartment that was in the projects, and I just wanted to give you guys, like a brief little summary of what it was like to be in that establishment. But I also want to let you guys know that by the grace of God, now He's taking me out of that, and now I live in a nice home. But I want to speak about the pros and cons of when you live in a project community, when you live in project apartments, when you live in low income housing, when you live in Section 8 circumstances, and the pros and cons of it and my personal experience living in it. And then we're going to take a tour of what it actually looked like. So you guys follow me. So I want to say that, first of all, my name is DJ, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. I hope that you'll like and subscribe to this channel. So when I lived in the projects, I want to say the first day I knew that I was in the projects because I left the office from signing the paperwork so that we could officially move into the projects, into the apartment building, and as I'm walking up to my apartment complex on the second floor, I actually got stopped by some random dude when I was walking past the pagoda right outside my apartment complex. And he was like, "Hey, yo, homie, you want to buy some weed?" And I was like, oh, my goodness. Yo, I'm there. That's the hood. So, hey, that literally happened. I couldn't even get a chance to step through my front door for the first time before I got stopped by somebody in the community just chilling at the pagoda near my apartment complex. And they had to try to sell me some weed. That's crazy, yo. But hey, I'm be honest, that's normal. When you live in that type of area, that is normal. They get it how they live. So that was my first literal encounter moving in to the projects. Now, at first, the outside honestly looked a lot more worse than the inside. I'm be honest. I noticed that at the garbage, at the dumpster, bro, it was so crazy that, people were just so lazy. They would not actually walk the trash bag to the actual dumpster. I literally looked out my window one time, seen a girl walking down the road outside my apartment complex toward the dumpster. She was about, I don't know, maybe 30 feet, 40 feet from the dumpster. She stopped, dropped the bag of trash, turned around and walked back home. What the heck? Yo, that's a spirit. I'm be honest, that is a demonic spirit that would cause a person to do something like that. The conditions, the area influences whoever is around that area in that area. It literally influences. So I just want to say that I'm thankful to God that He blessed me and my family, that we were able to make it out. But I want to give you guys a tour of what it looked like in our apartments. So let's go ahead and go. All right, you guys. So this is going to be my apartment tour living in the projects. Now, this is actually my living room area, but I'm facing the kitchen right now. So let's go over here and look. So this right here was where the oven and the stove was at. That right there is just, the closet for the pantry and stuff. And then we have the counters with the sink, and everything like that. Then this was just the area, where we kept things like, just the washing machine and stuff. This right here was actually the master bedroom along with the bathroom, and you see the countertops and everything, toilet, tub. You know, like, it wasn't that bad, but this really was in the projects. And you know, this is just where we place our towels and stuff. Master bedroom and everything. This was the closet area. You know, and you know, even though we lived here, it was literally a blessing from God. It wasn't as bad as it really could have been. You know, we have the back patio right here. You know, you guys see it. But yeah, this is on the living room, and then this room right here, again, this is where we had like our kitchen table and stuff, and then this is just like a little closet for the living room and everything. This right here is our laundry room, and this was our son's room. His room was right here. You know, not too bad. And then this is his closet. So you know, let's go ahead and walk this way. And we got his closet that was out here for towels for his bathroom. And this was the other room that we had with a closet. It wasn't too bad. And we had our bathroom in there and stuff like that. And we got the toilet with the tub. So, and then we got back into the laundry room. So it wasn't that bad, you guys, but yo, it really got bad because, so you guys, the issue that we ended up having with this apartment was that because of everyone that we lived around, and I already explained to you guys in the beginning of the video that the habits of people that were around us, unfortunately, did affect infestation of roaches. That was literally one of the hardest things for us to try to find a way to deal with. I mean, it was literally bad. It was an infestation. We just couldn't seem to get completely rid of the German cockroaches in this apartment, in the projects. And so we tried everything. You know, we had pest control come out. They did what they do, but it didn't really work. It honestly made it worse. And every single time it seemed like maybe we were gonna get by with it, it was literally something scurrying across your hand. It was really bad, and it was frustrating. You're laying in the bed and you're feeling things crawling on you, just like, and it was I was mad. And then the time that I really snapped was the day that I came out from the bedroom and I went into the kitchen to go make some breakfast. You know, I get all my things ready, and next thing you know, as I put the pan on the stove and then I go to turn the stove on, when I went to turn the stove on, you guys, I saw a German cockroach. It was actually like inside the oven light. Like it was literally like, you know where it shows you the digital numbers for your stove? Well, it was in between the digital light panel and then the plastic for the outside of the stove. So it was wedged in there, and it was like, I don't know, it got stuck or something. It was disgusting. I mean, so we're sitting here cooking, and we have to look at this German cockroach that's just invading our living space in the area where we got to cook our food. It was really frustrating. We could not wait to get out of there. And God really blessed us. God really helped us and promoted us. And I really want to encourage anybody that lives in those conditions. I understand how you feel. Trust me, I understand how you feel. Because it wasn't easy. It was really frustrating. You know, you try to clean up. You try to make sure that where you live is really nice and well put together. And then, you know, you have to worry about heat coming from that monitor attracting the roaches because they like heat. Bro, I literally took the box one time from the monitor for our Spectrum internet, and a bunch just were crawling out of the box, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I was so angry. I was so mad. I didn't know what to do. Y'all, bombing the house wouldn't have done nothing because, at the end of the day, the root cause of the issue was the entire complex. And there's nothing worse than dealing with these type of infestations and you do your part and try to keep clean and get rid of them, but they actually live inside the walls of the entire complex. You're just one small piece of that building. They're in the walls of the building, all over the building. So unless the whole entire building really gets exterminated on the inside eternally and outside, and then also the people commit to being clean and well put together and not filthy, as long you have to do all that in order for it to actually work. But if everybody has their own way of living and you live near somebody that is filthy, that's junky, and they don't take care of their stuff, and they have an infestation and they just don't care, then unfortunately they gonna come over to your side through the vents. They gonna come through the walls. They gonna come in on your side. It's unfortunate, but it's the honest truth, y'all. So I understand how it feels living in the projects, and this is just a tour of the projects, living in the projects, and what it's like living in there. It costed, where I lived in the projects, it costed about, I want to say maybe $630 a month. I also want to say that I did not live on Section 8. It was just low income housing. There's actually a difference between Section 8 housing and low income housing. I actually didn't know that until I recently found out after I watched the video from a YouTuber that I really enjoy. Shout out to Dante London. He gave his tour and he spoke about it, and so I actually learned that Section 8 and just low income housing is not the same. So I actually lived in low income housing based on how much I made from my income. And so I was able to pay about $630 a month. Now the funny thing is they actually tried to go up on the rent. They tried to go up on the rent the next year that we were gonna end up having to rent out like an extra $50. And I'm like, yo, I don't understand how they can go up on you on rent when the living conditions are just terrible. I'm gonna give you guys a story of how another time I knew for sure I was in the projects. I was going, God is so funny, man. Like, you guys gonna laugh at this story. Follow me, all right? I'm leaving my apartment. I'm going to my car. I get dressed and I'm just going to the store to get some things or whatever. I come downstairs, and downstairs in front of my apartment complex, there's a pagoda, right? When I came out of the pagoda, bro, it was literally Crip Central. It was Crip Central. Like, I mean, literally, everybody, it was like at least 30 or 50 Crips outside at the pagoda. They was barbecuing. They was throwing like an outside party, right? And I saw like a bunch of confetti that looked like, blue and silver and white and stuff like that, just thrown all over the grass and all over the pagoda. And they was outside playing music at the pagoda. They was like, it was men, women, and children. And they was all out there just having a good old time, and the ironic part is, I'm so stupid. I happen to be wearing red bright shorts. I was wearing red bright shorts and I had to walk past them. And I didn't know what was going to happen, you guys. I was scared. I didn't know what was going to happen. But this is true. This is my word. So I'm sitting there and I'm walking to my car and I'm trying to act cool and casual, but I'm walking past, like 50 Crips, wearing bright red shorts. It was crazy, and I've actually never experienced that before, living in the projects. This really showed me exactly where I was at. This showed me exactly where I was at. The moment I got to my car, you guys, I was praying and I said, Jesus, thank you for keeping me safe walking past the Crips. And hopefully I ain't make any of them feel disrespected by my clothing, because I didn't know. But it was crazy, they were literally having a great time. They was playing spades, dominoes, the whole 9 yards. I saw like a good amount, different slab of ribs. Like they was really like turning up. And I knew I was in the projects. I knew it. But this is just, like my experience living in the projects and how I knew for sure that I lived in the projects. And then, there was this other time that, we always would hear people arguing. I mean, I saw a woman, I looked outside my apartment because we saw people yelling. And, we looking outside. And when I looked outside, y'all, I actually saw a man arguing with his girlfriend. I saw a man arguing with his girlfriend, you guys. And, I guess it sounded like something happened where someone was cheating or something like that. And the guy's walking around the car, the girl's following and chasing him, and he's just trying to stay away from her so that she don't hit him. And then she's like, she pulls a knife out on him. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I'm about to call the cops. She pulls a knife out and she's chasing him with it. And then he's just running around the car. She calling him all kinds of names and stuff, yelling, screaming in the middle of the road. And she goes up to his car. She goes to his tires and she jams the knives in his tires. And I know that those tires were expensive because the type of car this was like one of those lowrider type ones that really was like, done up. The car was cherry. I'm being honest. It was like some really nice looking Cadillac that was an exotic color. And the tires I know were expensive. Just trust me on that. But she went around and she didn't slash the man's tires. She stabbed the man's tires. And not just one, all of them. All of them. And when she did that, the guy got so angry and they really was starting to fight. By that time, the cops pulled up. And, I guess they got dealt with, whatever. But that was another example of what it was like living in apartment complex in the projects, you guys. And then there was this other time that we were in our car and we were on our way to church, I think. And we seen, two couples arguing, and they had, one of them, the girl had a bag of Chinese food, and this really short dude ran up to her. They was arguing. He called her like all kind of crazy names, and she was just like walking away from him. He ran up behind her, grabbed the bag of Chinese food, and ripped the thing out of her hand. And then I saw just Chinese rice flying all over the place. And they just, oh my goodness. It was crazy. I didn't know if I was gonna have to get out and, stop him from hitting her or something like that, because it really, the energy felt like that was about to happen. Like it was gonna escalate to, somebody getting beat up, the female. And every single Friday night, without any hiccups, every single Friday night, we had neighbors that they always was going to the club. The girls, they would come out of the apartment complex and they had like the obvious wig that was like high pink and, orange and all this different stuff. They always had a different wig, and then they had like, their best outfit on or whatever. But they was loud in the hallways, man. Like, I mean, you always had to deal with the fact that people were just being extremely loud. So, but that's my experience, living in the projects, you guys. And I gave you guys a little tour of the house that we lived in, the apartment we lived in the projects. And you know, like I understand, I feel for you guys that live in those circumstances and conditions. But I want to encourage you guys that God is going to get you out of that situation. The Lord desires to prosper you, and he delights in prospering you. So I just want to encourage everybody that's living in that place, in that lifestyle, that is not your end, that there is greater for you, that you are going to elevate, you are going to prosper, and you are going to get in a better home. Don't give up. Continue to fight, and God is going to see you through. If God can cause water to gush out of a rock for Moses, he can cause a way for you to come out of that wilderness. And this is going to be your testimony. So I want to encourage you guys that are in that place, that there is hope, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I'm living testimony. I'm living testament of it. Because right now I live in a nice home, a luxury home, because God brought me out from living in the projects. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you like and subscribe and follow me for more. And I'll see you guys on the next video.